So we're ending off Zatoichi week with a journey to a place of great importance. Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to Zatoichi's Pilgrimage. And this is the final movie of Zatoichi week. We have, with this, officially finished up our first monthly movie week. So, claps all around. But yeah, so I'm going to announce in the afterthoughts what the next one will be. The one for the end of this month, May. Because technically this is the April movie week, but you know, the week was like split into 3 days of April, 2 days of May, so it's just how it ended up working out. But the next movie week will be at the end of May. So yeah, and I'll announce what the theme will be at the end of this video, at the end of the redirect. But for now, this week has been a mixed bag. I talked about this last time, but we've had movies this week that have been really good, we've had movies that have been really bad, and we've had some that are just kind of in between. And that's typically what I would expect with the Zatoichi films. Having seen the ones that we've seen up to this point, it makes sense. It's one of those series that, because of how it was produced and made, it's going to go back and forth in terms of quality. Not every episode or not every movie is going to be amazing, but not all of them are going to be bad either. So it's just a matter of just watch to find out and keep going. So this one, again, I don't know anything about going into it, but the title is Zatoichi's Pilgrimage. And as I mentioned in the in the cold open, a pilgrimage is basically a journey to a place of great importance. A journey that could be taken by like someone to go to a place where there's importance to a person that they respect. It can go to like a shrine or something like that. It depends on, obviously, the context you're using it within. With Ichi, I could see it being a shrine. I could absolutely. Could see it being like maybe someplace that's important to him and his past. I don't know. It's hard to say, but there definitely are ideas. But with the title of this being Zatoichi's Pilgrimage, for lack of a better way to put this, I'm expecting more walking than normal. A lot of these movies have Ichi, like, going to and arriving at a specific town and having to deal with, you know, the Yakuza or whatever else going on in and around that town and the people. But this one, like, there's been others that have had a good amount of walking them, but I almost kind of expect this one to be, like, a lot more walking. I was going to say mostly, but maybe not mostly. But I expect there to be more of, like, an ongoing journey throughout the story of the film, rather than just, like, oh, he gets to where he's going within the first 5 minutes. Like, that's fine for other ones, but again, when you have this movie literally titled Zatoichi's Pilgrimage, it does kind of set up a certain expectation. And I feel like a lot of these expectations are just, you know, not always, like, fully... I'm trying to figure out a way to put this. Not always fully delivered on, I guess works. You have, like, these titles and everything, but they're not always accurate. Like Zatoichi's Vengeance from yesterday. Not really that accurate. And some of them really are. Some of them will, like, give you a good view, but I go back to this one often enough, but Zatoichi's flashing sword was such a ridiculously, like, vague and non-fitting title for that movie. um, like it really didn't give you anything for what the movie was actually going to be about. So, um, but this one, I think I think we'll get it. I think we might get it. Um, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what the plot of this is. So we're just gonna kind of have to like hope for the best. Excuse me. But yeah, I'm very curious to see how this ends off. I'm hoping this ends up being one of the better ones. Because this series overall I do enjoy, and there's a lot about like the character and the performances I love. But we definitely have to wait and see exactly where things go in terms of just the overall vibe, if nothing else. So let's get into this and see what this final movie of Zatoichi week, April 2025, technically April and May. Let's see how it goes. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, I think the biggest issue I had with this one was that it wrapped up a little too quickly. Like, because part of the part of the point of this one was that the village was willing to not do anything. They wanted to like handle things very like peacefully, but that wasn't an option. And we know that wasn't an option. And so we see at the end they are, encouraged to come out and everything, but they don't actually take part in anything. They don't join the fight, and we never see like any progression for them afterwards. And I understand the point is still that they did come out, that they were encouraged to stand up to him. And that in the future it could help them do the same if any kind of issue comes again. But it felt like there needed to be more conclusiveness to this, to that part of the storyline. Because it's like he defeats this guy, right? And then it just goes to where he's walking away, and Ochiko comes up, and it's like, I wanted another goodbye. And it's like, and then it just ends. It's like, it was super sudden and very fast paced for how the rest of the movie was. Because the movie otherwise was really well paced. I thought it was well handled. It was really just the end there that felt like it just like started flying by. But that's my biggest issue with this one. I think the rest of it was fine. It kind of continued off of the last one with Ichi really taking to heart the idea of him, of his violent tendencies being a problem. But it also kind of teaches the idea in this movie that sometimes it's necessary. That sometimes in order to help protect others or to protect yourself, you need to stand up to bad people. And also there's just, again, this situation where if someone's attacking you, you have every right and responsibility to defend yourself. If you see someone attacking someone else, you have every right and responsibility to defend them from the person attacking. And it's just, it's one of those cases where the idea of like killing being bad is not that black and white. It's not, killing is not something that you can view as purely black and white. Yes, you shouldn't want to kill people. But again, if you are defending yourself, your family, friends, just other people innocent of anything in general, then if it's in defense and it's like there's no other option, then yeah, it's reasonable and right to do. And it feels like Ichi kind of learns that in this one, because he's struggling. He doesn't want to fight and he doesn't want to get involved in all this, but he ends up having to, because they're not going to defend themselves. They basically refuse to. And so he knows that he can't just leave them to die. He has to defend them. And he does. And he struggles with it. He gets injured, but he does manage to take every single one of them out. Because he needed to. And if you're going to like try to introduce this even temporary idea into these movies where it's like Ichi's struggling with this, with killing people and everything, this is at least a good way to handle it. Because he struggles with this, but also learns that it is necessary. And now at this point, it wouldn't be good if they tried to regress it and have him continue to, you know, struggle really hard with having to kill people. Because at that point, it would just be character regression. And don't get me wrong, there's some lessons that people can learn or have to learn multiple times before it like can fully stick with them. This is one of those lessons that it's just like you don't need to be taught this again. You really don't. It's pretty straightforward, it's pretty simplistic. It is as it is. You don't need to learn this lesson multiple times, like with some other stuff here and there. So it's just a little annoying, the idea of like this could possibly continue, but I'm hoping it doesn't. The idea of him like being upset though isn't a bad idea, because it fits within his character, and him like attempting to go on this pilgrimage for 88 temples and like, you know, praying to cleanse himself or something. It's like, yeah, that is within his character. So I don't mind the idea. It's just, it's not something that for what this is and for how this character works and what they have to go through, it's not something you can hold on to for long. Excuse me. It's something you have to just get done, get through that storyline, and move forward. Um, Ichi and Ochiko really did have great chemistry. Um, and it's just another one of those cases where Ichi is just not going to let it happen. He clearly had feelings for her too. And again, this isn't the first time this has happened. But he feels so unworthy of love because of the things he's done, like as a Yakuza and even currently as a wandering masseur. He really feels like he just doesn't deserve to settle down. He doesn't deserve love. Even though it's clearly something he, like, greatly wants. And so, at this point, It's just a matter of, will he ever get that? Will he ever be able to settle down? Or will he just keep wandering like this? It's it's unclear. Because the thing is, I don't even know if these movies have like a conclusive ending to them. Or if it's just like one of those just episodic adventures again for the last movie. And obviously, do not tell me. I want to make that clear. No spoilers. Because although we are going through this slowly, and we're only like, what, like just over halfway through all the films, it's like I still want to go into them as blind as possible. So, yeah. I'm very interested to see how these continue to go, though. Um, I truly feel like there's definite possibilities for this series to evolve as it continues into, having better camera work, better ideas, better visuals, better audio, better everything. They're trying out different things as the movies progress, and I feel like they could really start to change things. Because the series can't just be the same things over and over again. You have to be able to, like, advance the plot, the story, the concepts, the ideas, etc., in order for it to continue to be as good as it needs to be. So we'll see how that ends up going as we continue along. But for the time being, that leads us into the reveal of what the next movie week at the end of May will be. Let me just get this up just so I have like the exact dates and everything. It'll be real quick to get up because I already have it on my schedule and everything. Okay. So yeah, this one's going to be Monday, May 26th through Friday, May 30th. So this will all be in May, because June 1st is that Sunday. So it luckily will all be in May for this next one. It'll be again May 26th through May 30th, Monday through Friday, and this one's theme will be werewolf movies. We are going to have 5 werewolf movies between those dates. And yeah, I'm definitely interested to check them out because I love werewolves. I think it's a very underutilized and underrated horror subgenre. So I'm very excited to see these werewolf movies that I've never seen. But we will get to that in a month, basically, at the end of May. So that being said, let me know your thoughts on this movie. And just as a reminder, there will be no movies tomorrow, Saturday, or Sunday. Because we did this movie week this week, Saturday and Sunday, we'll have no movie reactions at all. Which actually works because I'm going to a convention on Saturday. Which, yes, means there will be a cosplay music video. So be prepared for that. Yeah, I'm going Saturday for that. It's a one-day convention, and I do it every year. It's LTU Expo, so I'm excited for that. Gonna have a good day, and this just makes it easier, so I don't have to worry about getting this up. But or any movies, you know what I mean. But that all being said, like I said, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to Venom, as always, for donating for the Zatoichi film series. And yeah, we will be back to our normal movie schedule starting next week. We'll have the each other day, or we'll have not each other day. 2 movies, one for Saturday, one for Sunday, starting next week. and everything else will still be normal with the series reactions. And yeah, so there you have it. But like I said, thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts down below. And for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.